Look above and fail at all-time highs on Friday. Is this the start of a larger pullback? Where am I looking to buy the dip? I'll answer these questions and more as we talk about the trading plan for the week of August 17th. Last week we talked about buyers needing to hold above 63.73 and sustain above 64.27 in order to test 64.53 and try for new all-time highs. Relative weakness by sellers as they couldn't even get down to test 63.83, and after the CPI reaction, bulls were able to clear 64.27 and started a new trend leg higher, breaking out a 6-week balance range to the upside. Now this continued into new all-time highs at 65.03 on Wednesday, followed by tight consolidation under all-time highs after the big rally. We spent the rest of the week in a tight range above 64.53 and 64.94 before making a new all-time high overnight Thursday and then failing above it on Friday, which caused us to rotate back down the range on OPEX. The main story of this week, sellers' inability to hold below 64.02 and see continuation down to 63.73, and then buyers being able to clear the prior week high at 64.27 after the positive CPI reaction. Holding above that started that trend leg up. Pretty typical balance breakout, trend move, and then consolidation at the highs. Now, it was a little bit more difficult action this week as we spent a little bit more time inside some tight ranges with the exception of the CPI trend move. So early in the week, shorts into 64.27 worked early with a few failed breakdown opportunities of overnight lows, and of course being long back above 64.27 on the breakout after the initial attempt, and then getting the continuation move after the CPI really started the next leg up into new all-time highs this week. Inside the consolidation range at the end of the week underneath all-time highs, you have to be selective and patient, kind of working on looking to fade the edges and too involved and not over trading the middle. The failed breakdown of the 64.61 low was the best setup into the end of the week, which got you positioned long for the move into new all-time highs. Then the look above and fail on Friday. It was a really nice short setup where we set this high 65.03. We attempt to clear above that and then fail, get a reoffer here Friday morning, and that got you positioned short for the range traversal back down towards 64.53 on OPEX. Now, as far as weekly pivots for trading next week, my main areas to watch are 64.94, 64.53, and 64.27. And early in the week, this Thursday low at 64.53 will be the primary pivot. Sellers will want to see continuation of the look above and fail that started on Friday, and then see failure of 64.53 in order to rotate down into the prior range into 64.27 and 64.02. Buyers are going to want to defend 64.53 and then try to clear 64.94 for a push back to 65.25 plus this week. The top setups that I'll be watching to trade this week would be longs on a failed breakdown of 64.53. If we see this trap the Thursday low and hold back above, I want to get long for rotation back up into 64.94. I would also look for longs if we see rotation down into 64.27. This would be the back test of the balance breakout that we saw after CPI. And then if we really start to rotate back down, I would watch for longs also on 64.02, which is the origin of the CPI data spike. Now on the short side, primary shorts that I'd be looking for would be a direct move back into 64.94 or potentially a look above and fail of the all-time high at 65.09. If you see this fail above, and then especially if it's reoffered, you can look short for a move back into 64.94 and farther down. I would also look short on the failure of 64.53, especially if you see this offered from below. Overall, we are basing underneath all-time highs, and if buyers are very strong, we'll just hold this base and defend 64.53 and then try to clear 64.94 and make new all-time highs early. Otherwise, I'll be watching 64.27 was resistance. We expect that to now flip and hold as support on a back test. So if 64.53 fails, we'll be watching to see if 64.27 can hold, and if 64.53 does fail and 64.27 holds, the question will be whether or not buyers can then reclaim 64.53. Tons of potential paths this week, but two potential theses for upside and downside here. This is how I will be trading ES this week. If you want to trade live with us every day, join us at Trade with Insight.